A NASCAR rivalry just got exposed for what it really is, and it's not what anyone thought. One driver says he's ready to fight, the other one just shrugged and said, "Wreck me again, I don't care." That's not tension. That's a driver telling his rival he doesn't even matter. And in a sport built on respect and payback, that might be the most disrespectful thing you can say on a hauler. Here's what actually happened. Carson Hocevar and Zane Smith have been building beef for weeks. It boiled over enough that NASCAR officials pulled both drivers into a hauler meeting to cool things down. The classic move when tempers are about to spill onto the track. It didn't work. Hocevar came out of that meeting and basically told the world he doesn't view Smith as competition. His exact stance: Smith is 0-2 against him, and if he wants to wreck him again, go ahead. It won't change a thing. Smith fired back separately, saying the meeting changed nothing about how much the two dislike each other and that he races people the way they race him. Two different reactions. Two completely different levels of investment in this feud. To understand why this stings, you need the standings. Hocevar is sitting comfortably in 5th place, well inside chase position. Smith is on the outside looking in, roughly 125 points back from the cut line with the clock running out on the regular season. That gap is the whole story here. When Smith calls out Hocevar publicly and accuses him of being fake friendly in person while trashing him on social media, that's a driver fighting for relevance and fighting for a playoff spot at the same time. When Hocevar responds with total indifference, that's a driver who knows he doesn't need to fight this battle, because points-wise, there's no battle to fight. This is the emotional gap that makes locker rooms, or in NASCAR's case, haulers, combustible. One side has everything to prove, the other side has nothing to lose by ignoring them. Now let's break down what's actually smart and what's actually risky here. From a strategic standpoint, Hocevar's approach is calculated, publicly writing off a rival as a power move. It denies Smith the emotional reaction he's clearly looking for, and it sends a message to the rest of the garage: this rivalry isn't worth Hocevar's energy right now. But here's the danger. Indifference on camera does not mean indifference on the track. NASCAR history is full of examples where a driver said, "I don't care," publicly, only to get overly aggressive in traffic because subconsciously they do care. If Hocevar lets this rivalry creep into his racing lines instead of staying purely mental, he risks putting his own chase positioning in jeopardy over a driver who, on paper, shouldn't even be a variable in his season. And that's the real strategic risk. Hocevar doesn't need Zane Smith, he needs a clean points cushion heading into the playoffs. Any incident, even a minor one, even one Smith starts, cost him track position, damages equipment, or worse, cost him a finish. Smith has nothing to lose. Hocevar has everything to protect. That imbalance is exactly what makes a driver with nothing on the line the most dangerous type of rival to have. Desperation breeds aggression, and aggression from a driver fighting for his playoff life is unpredictable by nature. So is Hocevar's dismissiveness smart or dangerous? It's both. Smart in the media war, potentially dangerous if it bleeds into racecraft over the next few weeks. Expect the fan base to split hard on this one. One side is going to love Hocevar's confidence, fans who want an alpha response, not diplomacy. To them, this is a driver refusing to give a struggling opponent extra attention he hasn't earned. The other side is going to see this as disrespectful and reckless. Critics will point out that brushing off a driver who's publicly stated his dislike is exactly how avoidable incidents happen on short tracks and superspeedways alike. Media coverage will likely frame this as confidence bordering on arrogance, which, depending on how the next few races go, could either validate Hocevar's swagger or blow up in his face. Let's game out where this goes. Best case for Hocevar, he continues racing clean, keeps banking points, and Smith's frustration fades as his own playoff hopes fade. The rivalry dies out quietly because there's simply nothing left to fight over. Worst case for Hocevar, Smith, with nothing to lose and a full head of frustration, forces contact in the next few races. Hocevar's equipment or track position takes the hit, and suddenly a rivalry he publicly dismissed becomes the exact thing that costs him a shot at a deep playoff run. One version makes Hocevar look like the bigger competitor. The other makes his comments look like they age badly in real time. So here's the real question. Is Hocevar playing this exactly right, or is he underestimating a driver who has absolutely nothing left to lose? Drop your take in the comments. Are you Team Hocevar's confidence or Team Smith's grudge? If you want more breakdowns like this before the chase field gets locked in, make sure you're subscribed because this rivalry is far from over.